Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This is a bit of a classic as they come. This is the Castles of Burgundy. Now, this is the special edition. There are many special editions of this game, both from Alea, also from Ravensburger, who own it now, or own Alea. As you can see down the bottom, I'll show you in a shot in a second. But this is a game whereby you have like delayed actions, delayed purchases. There's hexagonal grids, there's dice rolling, there's sheep. And if any other questions, by all means, do let me know via the comments best on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And of course, share and check out a full video as this is available as a short as well. Now, this, as you can see, kind of an unboxing, teaser trailer preview review, as well as a review of the base game. Now, this comes with 8 optional kind of modules that you can be playing with too. This is regarded as his kind of masterpiece to many people because this is his first game that really brought him to prominence and so far hasn't really ever kind of excelled beyond the very high level that it's regarded as. So as you can see, this bit's in German, this bit's in, let's have a look, Spanish. As you can see, this is multilingual. We've got some French, we've also got some Italian, and lastly in English. So let's move out this accessories playmat out the way, which you can check out further information for. I already have an insert for it too. Check out my insert playlist as well. And this is going to go, despite me giving a review into this, this is going to go into the unboxing teaser trailer preview video playlist. Also check out my dice distancing playlist too, as well as the Castles of Burgundy dice distancing playlist, which might have to be a separate playlist because you'll also find it with the Castles of Burgundy, the card game, and the Castles of Burgundy, the dice game, which is famous because there's actually fewer dice in that game than in this game. So this is a game that does take quite some time to play. We're talking, well, I've seen it numerous times, take 3.5 hours at a full player count. From memory, I believe that being as of 5. So yes, you can get really deluxe editions of this game. So what's my rating for this game? Well, obviously out of 10, I would give this game a 7 out of 10, higher than average, average being a 6.4, based over 2,000, well actually over 3,000, I think 300 games at time of recording. However, let's give you a bit more detail into that. So I would say I didn't love this game, but I was happy to play it again. The fact that this is the special edition and it comes with extra modules, in particular, appeals to me. The fact that you can do various, I think, A board, B board, etc., is something that seemed quite interesting. Some of the things which I would call being a bit difficult were the fact that sometimes these colours, not necessarily the colours, but they're relatively small, I guess, hexagons, which you're going to have out on the board, can get in the way somewhat. Now, I will be initially playing this, speaking about player lengths, at a higher player count, at a lower player count, probably as a 2, then a 3, and then a 4. And who knows, maybe I even get to play again as a 5 as well, in particular with this copy. So no loads of plastic going on here. This is a wooden classic Euro game by Stefen Feld. Check out my other videos on the channel by Stefen Feld too, who, just out of interest, is a tall chap. He teaches theatre and he's the same height as me and he has a very muscular back. So I remember when he was holding his arm around me when we were having a photo taken, yeah, how strong he seemed to be, which is an interesting kind of, I guess, observation and not something people would typically talk about. So yeah, this is a classic Euro, you might say a dry Euro. He's typically known for just doing 1 or maybe 2 mechanisms in a game. For example, the Mancala mechanism he's done in other games too. And compared to the major, I guess, designers out there, and particularly from Germany, I would prefer Uwe Rosenberg and Rainer Knizia, who also have made a huge amount of board games. We're talking a good 20 plus for case of Stefen Feld, which isn't as many as the others. Yes, his games perhaps haven't had as many misses, although Uwe Rosenberg has only really had 1 or 2. One of which I've yet to bring to the table, actually. I do have it ready to film for you. However, his games, I feel, can feel like it's a little bit dry. Now, again, the rating for me would still be like a typical 7 for most of his games, which is still a very good rating. But to be that upper echelon of games I'm really keen to get hold of, it's just not as high as, again, for other designers who typically I've really liked, which have also had a higher overall rating and typically, is another way of putting it, owned their games. Now, Martin Wallace is another one whereby, yes, people like Brass, and this game as well has talked alongside Brass as, one of his greatest ever games. However, for most of Martin's games, as much as again I've liked them, I haven't loved them, and yet, having played Australia recently, that has really changed my tune on how amazing that game is, And when you've played a game 25 times, which is what I've played at time of recording Australia at, it goes to show you how good a game is. And another game, in fact, I do have an insert for, just like Fields of Arle from Uwe Rosenberg. So now I've got actually all three of those designers. And Rainer Knizia, I don't have any inserts for presently, but it goes to show that maybe an insert is a worthy, I guess, accessory for a game that you are playing a lot. In particular, a game you're quick to set up, which is usually the benefit of an insert. Well, here we go. I've started to unbox quite a bit of this, quite a bit more to go. There's a real chucked in stuff here, so trying to get out all the stuff. And here we go. Here's some of those slightly sort of flimsy things to show you how you can be playing these various boards and how we can get on with it. Obviously, in terms of the rule book, again, I'll be giving you a separate video for it. But it's 15th century, like I said, it's funny, called Bergen von Bergen in central France, which is strange because Burgundy's on the west coast. So quite odd why they've done that. I have been to Burgundy. And yes, 2 3-player games, various more information on here. And yeah, it gives you a bit of a gist about the game. The box, by the way, this is a design by, I guess, Ravensburger to make sure they cut down on plastic. But it does say 1 to 4 players, which did surprise me. So I guess maybe they've changed it. I think, from memory, they've only done this, if it is the case, and also made in Czech Republic, to maybe handle player times compared to what I thought was a higher player count for the original. But ages 12 plus, 70 to 120 minutes, complexity 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching again. Speak to you again on that full video. Enjoy Instagram, TikTok, to the podcast, etc. For now, back to the table.